Good morning. Time for morning report. I know most of you aren't going to watch me live, but hey, I'll take it. I'll take whatever I can get. Anyway, quickly in the news, government shutdown talks are still going on. A lot of chatter there. Administration apparently is not going to hold up border wall funding to get this done. I don't think that the president wants to really see this fail at this point in time because it'll dovetail. The government will run out of money, just as Trump hits his 100-day mark. Probably not great optics, and optics, those kinds of things, mean a lot in politics. So we'll see how this all turns out. Attorney General Sessions made mention of the refundable tax credits that illegal immigrants have applied for could probably fund the wall. Excuse me. So he may be right about that. That's kind of an interesting sidelight. North Korea tried to show, or was trying to flex a little muscle, but just mostly just saber rattling. Held some live drills. Could be seen from across the border through the DMZ. This is really a lot of fuss about nothing, in my opinion. North Korea is just trying to saber rattle and try to get the U.S. to back off their strong support of South Korea, and also their threats about telling North Korean dictator Kim Jong-un that don't mess with the U.S. This is there's a new sheriff in town. Don't mess with us. So. Deal with what's going to happen, if you should try anything against this. And as Vice President Pence has said, you don't really want to test the might and resolve of the U.S. military and the United States in general. Probably a bad idea. Washington Post, ABC News poll came out, had President Trump's approval ratings at 43%, disapproval of 53%, historically low. For a modern-day president, haven't seen those numbers since Dwight Eisenhower. But there were some other positive news in the poll. 96% of those that had voted for Trump said they would still do so again. 85% of those that voted for Hillary would do so again. So they're not quite as loyal to Hillary as they are to the Donald. But even more importantly and more interesting was the fact that they asked the question of who would you vote for if the election were held today, and Trump beat Hillary 43 to 40%. So Hillary would lose again if the election were held today, based on those survey results, if you could extrapolate them out and if they're wholly accurate. But still, even if it's just a small survey, 1,000 or so people, it still gives you an idea that President Trump is not quite as unpopular overall as the media and the liberal Democrats have led you to believe. And that's what the point of that figure is that despite all the hammering, the beating that the president has taken over the last several months, he still comes out on top. So that probably doesn't bode well for the Democrats as they head to the midterm elections and gear up for a 2020 battle against President Trump. So a lot can change, between now and then, but right now he still looks in pretty decent shape. Another thing that happened here is that we had, Fox News' new reshuffled lineup appeared last night, and Tucker Carlson leading off the 8 o'clock hour. One of his guests was Caitlyn Jenner, which set a lot of conservatives like, why? And I agree. It's like, why give Caitlyn Jenner any airtime at all? What a waste of space. So hopefully Tucker can improve on that. But we'll have to wait and see when the flash ratings come out to see how they did. I know some people were not happy with the 5 going to 9 p.m. I am definitely very skeptical of the 5's ability to succeed at 9 p.m. beyond kind of a loyal core base of people who will tune into Fox News for anything that they put up. But if they can hold their own against Maddow, if they can beat Maddow, that would be significant. But this gives Rachel Maddow a huge opportunity and MSNBC to boost their ratings overall, going up against the 5. So we'll have to wait and see what happens there. Also, Harvard researchers in Great Britain discovered by accident a second copy of the Declaration of Independence. They're calling this the Sussex Declaration. Don't know when the public will get a chance to see this, but one of the things that was mentioned in an article about this was that the signatories on this Declaration of Independence was not the same in the same order as they were under the original copy that is on display. So, I don't know. I mean, I would love to see, Great Britain basically loan this copy off to the archive, something like that, so that Americans can more easily see it rather than having to travel to Great Britain to view it. But this probably will get a lot of historians very excited about this as they inspect the document and try to figure out why it's been hidden for so long and how long has it really been in the possession, in this particular university all this time. Lots of questions to be answered at this point. Also, finally, the Bay Area rapid transit system took a big hit. A bunch of youth jumped over some turnstiles, the fare gates, jumped on a train in Oakland and proceeded to rob passengers. They didn't get away with a ton of stuff, and then they dispersed. Police have arrested about a dozen people so far, but you can imagine if it's 9:20 at night, this happens, and they scurry about. There's going to be a lot of dark places and to hide and everything like that. So it's unfortunate. I rode the BART about a month ago when I was in the Bay Area for a speaking engagement. It seems to be fine, but if you're looking for a police presence, you're really not going to find it. There's not much of one at any time of day. It's just it's pretty random, and that's not unusual for either light rail or metro rail systems. Though here in the D.C. area, we see D.C. police fairly frequently, though not on every ride, and they definitely are much scarcer in other cities overall. All right, well, that's about it. Join us today at 10:30 for the Bias Post podcast on Facebook Live and on Twitter Periscope. Otherwise, you can you can view the Bias Post a little bit later here on YouTube, or for the fastest delivery, if you can't watch it today, is subscribe to iTunes or SoundCloud, and that information will be in your email box no later than tomorrow morning. So anyway, have a great day, stay safe, and we'll see you later on today. Thanks a lot.